Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So I just wanted to encourage you and say, any little thing you can do for the Lord, any little thing that you can do for others, any service you can do, guys, you don't know how much impact that can have on somebody's life. The smallest thing, something that seems even small to you, or something big, right? It can impact people for the rest of their lives in a positive way. That's why I believe all our good works are zeros, but when we put Jesus in front, we got billion. Okay? It means nothing. But when you put Jesus as the one, it becomes infinitely important and great. So all your good works that you do for God and for others, okay? When you do it for others, you do it for God. God is so pleased by that, I believe. I believe he's going to gush over us in heaven about the things we did for his servants, for his people, and for him. And I want to give you a case in point, okay? There's a ska band called 5IronFrenzy. They're a Christian band. They have a lot of songs that aren't directly Christian lyrics. But they have one song called Every New Day that has amazing Christian lyrics. This song was so important to me my entire life, starting in high school, okay? When I was a freshman in high school, my very first girlfriend, whose name is Jill, was a born-again Christian, Jillian, and we were in love. And she showed me these bands, these Christian bands, and this one song, Every New Day by 5IronFrenzy, stuck with me more than any of the other songs. And I liked all the other stuff too, the MXPX, 5IronFrenzy, those were my two favorite groups, right? But the lyrics of this song, man, it just stuck with me. And I played that song from high school, first year high school, all throughout my life. To this day, where I can blast that song at full blast as I'm driving and sing at the top of my lungs and understand what that song is saying. How important this thing is that this one band, you know what I'm saying? They weren't very big, they didn't get huge. I just saw them recently and they're all old, you know what I'm saying? They all got grandkids and stuff like that. But they don't even know how that affected me in my life, right? So whatever your talent is, give it. Shed your light, spread your light, let it shine. Jesus tells us that. Don't hide it under a bushel. You put it up at the top and you let it shine. Whatever your talent, your gift, your proclivity is, what you like to do, do it, man. You're gonna help so many people. So this song has been with me my entire life, and God used this song and used this band and used my girlfriend at the time to awaken me to Christ within me. And it was sort of always there with me as this kind of anthem. So I want to tell you guys the lyrics, right? The very best part is at the end, so we're going to save that. But he starts talking about, ever since I was small, furthest I could reach was not so high, right? And I felt the world was so much smaller, feeling I could fly, right? So he's talking about being a kid and being, weak and useless essentially, and people just, look down on you and stuff, right? And all the struggles that we go on. By the way, I'm driving through the fires right now and it's affecting my eyes. I'm smelling it. So, hey, we're near the tribulation and near the rapture. This is the stuff we got to deal with nowadays, you know what I'm saying? It's just what we got to deal with these days, right? One of these days and it won't be long. One of these days and it won't be long. It won't be long now. Wu-Tang. All right, so he's talking about that. And then the chorus, he says, Dear Father, I need you, your strength, my heart to mend. I want to fly higher every new day again. Right? When I used to live in Arizona, I used to work with children who were in the foster care system and who were adopted and who had severe mental health, emotional health issues, and even physical health issues, right? I work with little kids from 5 years old all the way up to 18. 5-year-old girl with schizophrenia. Another 5-year-old girl who used to pull her teeth out with pliers because of all the abuse they went through and all the trauma. Another girl used to pull out clumps of her hair, right? Which is indicative of sexual abuse. All my kids that I worked with were sexually abused. They had physical abuse, things you couldn't even imagine. We would read their files, And I had this one family that I worked with, they were Christians, and the mom was Christian. She was a foster mom. and she adopted 3 kids from 3 different families. The youngest one, I'm going to get emotional thinking about this, but the youngest one's name was Isaac. He was 8 at the time when I met him. And he had tons of, behavioral health issues, right? He was a handful. But man, I love this kid. He was so special, right? All children are special. All people are special to God. We're all individual. God has made us so. And he cares about every single one of us so much. And if we can understand that by our love for others, we can really see how the Father loves us and sees us and how special we are in his eyes. The Bible talks about that. He knows, he counts every hair on your head, right? He collects your tears in a jar. Everything you've ever done is written in his book. Okay, so Isaac had been born, he was born with a hole in his lungs because his mom was smoking crack, I believe it was, right? And he was born super duper underweight. Then we had the older brother Gabriel, and the sister's name was Chloe. And I had such a special relationship with these guys. I used to pick them up twice a week in this big van. This was my job. I was a respite provider. And I would do activities with them. And we bonded, okay? And they were Christian. And the mom was a Christian, a real Christian. And she adopted all 3 of these children from 3 different families and raised them. She also had her own children. So this was an amazing Christian woman. Her love, empathy, and the kids' empathy and love really affected me. And this is the situation with Christians. It's our love that speaks the most, louder than anything else. And I'm speaking practically from all the Christians I've known, all the years. The things they did for me in love spoke louder than anything else. I remember I had a flat tire once, and my Christian friend helped me change it. Everybody else walked by, they didn't care, but it was the Christian guy who helped. I was young at the time, like 18 or something. So these kids, they were real important to me, and we felt like family. And they used to say that, and I used to say that. It feels like family, that we're together and stuff. And I remember the little boy Isaac from the back said, "Mark, are you a Christian?" I said, "Well," keep in mind I wasn't a Christian at the time. I thought I was, but I was like dabbling in Hare Krishna at the time. And I didn't understand the gospel that Christ died for my sins, so I wasn't a Christian. And I said, "Well, I believe that Jesus is the Son of God, and I worship him and I love him." And he said, "Then you're a Christian," And it was just really awesome from the mouth of babes, And you know what? I was a Christian, even though I didn't know it, right? Technically, I wasn't, right? But God always knew. He stitched me from my mother's womb. He knew. He chose me beforehand, right? That controversial doctrine of predestination. He knew. He knew I was going to choose him. Or he chose me. He did choose me first, right? So the boy was speaking truth. And I had an awesome relationship with Chloe and with Gabriel as well, and with the mother. When I would pick them up, I would play that song every new day. I made them a mixtape, and that was on there. And I would blast it, and we would sing together, and they liked it. And they would tell me about the Newsboys. "Oh, do you know about the song God's Not Dead? The Newsboys?" And I said, "Well, no, I don't really know that song," you know what I mean? That was a little poppy for my taste. I went more punk and hardcore, right? And they said, "Oh, it's awesome. God's not dead. He's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion," right? So back to this song that changed my life, guys. It was with me the whole time. God was with me the whole time. And he speaks through music. That's what I believe. He speaks through all kinds of things. Movies, books, people, small interactions, children, animals, experiences we've had, dreams, right? The RZA from Wu-Tang was the creator of Wu-Tang and like the main DJ, producer, and one of the 9 rappers. He says, of God, he says, "The most benevolent king, communicating through your dreams. Mental pictures being painted. God," he says Allah, but let's say God, "is heard and seen everywhere." Right? So I have heard from God all my life through music. And he has used songs, music, art, etc., film, right? I'm a film guy. I used to be a filmmaker. I made a few films. I'm a musician. I play drums. I sing. I play guitar. I've been in a bunch of bands. I've recorded music. I rap. I DJ. I do a little breakdancing, right? I'm an artist. I like doing this stuff. I write poetry. And so God uses the things that we understand, that he has given us these innate traits. If you ever work with children, you'll know. You'll be able to see their innate traits right away. Some kids are born leaders. Some kids are architects, musicians. Right? So he gives us these gifts. Why? To use them, right? To spread your light. And so he used music to speak to me. And, you know, it brought me step by step to maybe this group or that religion even. And I believe he was in all of that. So I want to get to the song at the end. The main part of the song that I really absolutely love. You know? And before that, he says, I just don't feel like flying anymore. Right? And we can all feel that way. I just don't feel like doing this anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. Right? Rapture fatigue. And he says, I gotta think of the words now. Alright, had to pull up the lyrics. So the best part is at the end. And it says, healing hands of God, have mercy on our unclean souls once again. Then they boldly in the song proclaim, Jesus Christ. They say the name. And they sing it out. I'm probably going to sing it for you guys at the end. Jesus Christ, light of the world, burning bright, within our hearts forever. Get this. Freedom means love without condition, without a beginning or an ending. Then he says, here's my heart. Let it be forever yours. Only you can make every new day feel so new. Man, the ending of that song, and I'm just speaking it out, but when you guys hear him sing it, powerful, man. And that song, it's like the song had so much meaning already, and it was connected to God and struggle and all things, you know, different things I related to, and God was always with me my whole life, even though I may not have acknowledged it, right? And then for him to say like, Jesus Christ, light of the world, burning bright within our hearts forever. You know, it's like, yo, the song just gets brighter, and it's just like, it's like the light of the world. It's like you feel in actuality what he's singing about, that Jesus Christ is the light of the world. And, you know, to do that on a song, to say just Jesus Christ, you know, it's like you're listening to a gospel song or a song in church, but it's a pop rock, you know, Christian punk song. It's a ska band on a record. And you got like kids who aren't Christian who just hear this song that can absolutely change their life, which is the kind of the inspiration for me making this video. Is like, we don't know the impact of what we do. So do what you do, right? Do you, boo. Do you. You know, enough of the shame, enough of the fear. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. I totally get it. But this is the year, guys. This is the time. The time is ticking. Let's just get out there and do our thing, whatever it is you do. Right? So I want to read you guys the lyrics and then probably sing the song. So he says, when I was young, the smallest trick of light would catch my eyes. Then life was new, and every new day I thought that I could fly. I believed in what I hoped for, and I hoped in things unseen. I had wings and dreams could soar. I just don't feel like flying anymore. This part's really cool. This is from the Bible. It's like the pre-chorus, and it says, when the stars threw down their spears, watered heaven with their tears, before words were spoken, before eternity. And the chorus, dear Father, I need you, your strength, my heart to mend. I want to fly higher, every new day again. Second verse, when I was small, the furthest I could reach was not so high. Then I thought the world was so much smaller, feeling I could fly. And this part's from the Bible also. Through distant deeps and skies, behind infinity, below the face of heaven, he stoops to create me. That is beautiful. And that's actually directly from the Bible. It's amazing, you know. Below the face of heaven, he stoops to create me. Then he goes into the chorus again. Now, it goes into this other part at the end, which builds up to that last part, right? It says, man versus himself, man versus machine, man versus the world, mankind versus me. The struggles go on, the wisdom I lack, the burdens keep piling up on my back. So hard to breathe, to take the next step. The mountain is high, I wait in the depths, yearning for grace and hoping for peace. Dear God, increase. And then he goes, healing hands of God, have mercy on our unclean souls once again. Jesus Christ, light of the world, burning bright within our hearts forever. Freedom means love without condition, without a beginning or an end. Here's my heart, let it be forever yours. Only you can make every new day seem so new. Then it goes on, jams out, right? And in the live version, you guys should watch the live version too. I think it was their last show. It's fucking dope. You going parking? Sorry about that curse word, guys. I was in a moment and just dealing with life around me. But in the live version, it's their last show. Look up the last show, right? And they do this awesome thing, and they used to do this in their live sessions, right? Where they would do this thing in between when it was building up to that part where it goes like the rap part, man versus himself, man versus machine. Right before that part, they would sing, and the whole crowd would sing, "You are not alone," right? It would build up. You are not alone. You are not alone. You were never alone. You know what I'm saying? And they would like build up and sing these like Christian, godly things in the music, in the experience of seeing them live. And then just watch him sing that last part live. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. He's like literally crying. He's like on his knees, and he's like, and then you know, after he sings like Jesus Christ, light of the world, all that part, then he goes, hallelujah, hallelujah. You know what I mean? And then it's like, then at the end it's like, hallelujah. You know what I mean? I totally ruined it there. Sorry, but you know, listen to that singer do it. He's got a really high pitched, kind of almost emo voice before emo existed. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna end it out by singing the rest of the song for you because I feel like singing. And God bless you guys. Keep coming back. I love you. Jesus loves you. And he's knocking down your door, so open it, and he's going to come hang with you. He's going to come kick it. He's going to be your best friend, right? He is your best homie, right? He is your dog. What do I mean by that? I don't mean that in a negative, derogatory way. I mean he is your most loyal homie, right? That's what a dog means. You're loyal. Dogs are loyal. Right? So I'm just saying that he's your best friend who will never harm you. Okay? So, God bless you guys. And please go listen to that song and just shine your light. Shine your light to the world. I think I don't have time to sing right now, but God bless you. Keep coming back. Peace.